Hello campers, this is Nate from Christie's RV. Today we're going to be going through this 2021 166 BS Jay Feather Micro by Jayco. We'll start up at the front. Up at the front of the unit, first thing you see is your electric jack. To make the jack go up and down, you have the switch on the front of it there. Just underneath the big switch to make it go up and down, you have another little toggle switch for a light. Just behind your jack, you have two 30-pound propane bottles. These bottles in the middle have a crossover regulator. So if both bottles are on, whatever way this dial is facing is the bottle it's going to draw the gas from. If that bottle runs out of gas, it'll automatically switch itself over to the second bottle. Then you'd be able to switch your dial, disconnect the bottle that's empty, and go get that filled. And then behind the propane bottles on this unit, we have two Group 27 batteries hooked up, ready to go. Just underneath the batteries, you have a hookup for a solar panel. This unit already has a panel on the roof though. Coming down the driver's side, you have the small entrance to the pass-through compartment. Just inside the compartment, you have your battery disconnect. So if you want to just make sure your battery's not going to die when you're not using your unit, you can just disconnect the power to your unit. And then also inside this side of the compartment, you have a light. Just beside your compartment, coming down the driver's side, you have your hot water heater. Before you drain your hot water heater, you always want to make sure to let the pressure off. You can do that either by opening the pressure relief valve. This one doesn't want to stay open because the dial's in the way, so then you can go inside and just open up a tap. And then once you let the pressure off, you can take your cap off the bottom of your tank. Coming down the driver's side, near the back here, you'll see some ports to connect. At the top is your black tank flush. So after you empty your black tank, you can leave the black tank valve open, connect the garden hose here, and it has sprayers to spray out your black tank for you. Again, you just want to make sure you have your knife valve open for your black tank. Just below your black tank clean out, you have your city water connection. This is where you would connect a garden hose, and then it will pressurize your system and you can use your sinks and toilets like normal. Just below your city water, you have your outdoor shower. Works like any shower or tap. You got your nozzle. Your nozzle does have a nice holder on it. Spray at your feet. And then just above you have your handles for your hot and cold. Just beside your outdoor shower, you have your connection for your shore power. This is where you would connect if you were at a campground or someone's house, or if you have a generator at your site. Just beside the shore power connection, you have your cable and satellite input. This is where you would connect your satellite if you have your own, or cable coming from someone's house or a campground. Just below your outdoor shower, you have your sewer outlet. This is where you would dispose of your black and gray water. To empty your black is the black handle that's sticking out more, and then at the back would be your gray for your sinks and your shower. Coming towards the back of the unit, you have your spare tire. It's ready to go. Just beside your spare tire, you have your ladder. This ladder you can disconnect it. You just pull the pins and then you can pull the ladder off the back of the unit. Just beside your ladder, you have the back of your fridge. Not much you would have to do back here. I would just open it up once a year and make sure nothing made a nest in there. Below your fridge, you have your outlet for your furnace. Exhaust, you just want to make sure you have nothing in front of it because it does get hot. Coming down the passenger side of the unit, you have a switch beside your door. This switch is for just blue lights up underneath the stairs. Right by the passenger side wheel well, you have your outlets for your 110. Just beside that, you have output for your cable. So if you're hooked up into the cable on the other side, you can hook up here and hook a TV outside on this bracket to watch TV outside. Just beside your satellite connection, you have your potable water fill. This is where you would fill up water to haul with you wherever you're going. This unit comes with the stand for a blacktop grill, and the propane connection is already on it too if you would like to purchase that to go with your unit. Just beside where the outside grill would be, you have a small mini fridge. And then just beside the compartment with the mini fridge, you have your large compartment door. Inside this compartment, you have 2 switches, and the 2 switches are for the lights at the front of the unit and lights just inside the wheel well. Also inside your compartment, beside your switches, you have another 110 outlet, and then you have your crank handle for your stabilizer jacks. You do not want to level your unit with the jacks. You want to level your trailer side to side with 2x4s or 2x6s under your tires, and then just use your front jack for front to back, and then you can use this handle to crank down your stabilizer jacks. Now let's head into the unit. First thing you notice coming into the unit is you have your monitor panel. Up at the top you have the first switch on the left is your lights for inside your unit, and then there's an option for another security light, and just beside that is the light for your awning. Just below those switches you have your J command. To go through the J command through each screen, you hit the one at the top. So this one is awning and slides. Next one is your AC, your settings, and then your tanks. That will tell you how much water or liquid you have in your tanks. First one's your fresh tank. Middle is gray, which is your sink and your shower, and then black would be your toilet. And this is just all your water, your gas hot water heater, your electric hot water heater, and your pump. So if you wanted to turn it on, you come back over to the switches with the on and off and click on. And then to go up and down, you just hit select. So now I'm back at awning. To put your awning out, you want to just hit the extend button. You want to hold the button until the flap comes all the way down. These awnings are not made to handle heavy winds or rain, so just if you're not under it, I would suggest just putting it in and then putting it back out when you're wanting to sit up under it. If you're under it during a light rain, it does have a pitch adjustment. You just loosen that knob, then you can push in and then tighten up the knob again, and that will put a slight pitch on your awning. Just as you're coming inside your door of the unit, on the bottom left here you have your control panel for all your 110 and your 12 volt. So on the left you have all your 110 breakers, and on the right you have all your 12 volt fuses. On the right here, coming inside, you have your fire extinguisher. Just as you come inside the unit, you have your fridge on the left. These fridges run on electric and gas. So the switch on the top left is the on and off. If you have your fridge set to auto, it will automatically run off 110. If you lose power to your unit or the campground, it'll automatically switch itself to 12 volt. And then when the power is restored back, it'll switch back to 110. Coming into your kitchen area here, you have your stovetop. On the right here, you have a switch for a light for your knobs on your stovetop. And to light your stovetop, you just want to turn it to the flame and then flick the switch, and that'll light your burners for you. Just above your stovetop, you have your microwave. This will not work unless you have 110 going to the unit, and it works just like any household microwave. Just beside your microwave here, you have your TV. This TV is a 12 volt TV, so it will run even if you're plugged into 110 or not. To get your TV to pop out, there's a little handle on the right. Just give it a pull, and then you can get to the storage behind your TV. Coming into your bedroom area, you have storage up above the bed. On the driver's side of the unit, you have 110 power connection and 12 volt USB. You can just pull it up from there and plug in all your devices. Coming over to the sofa, the sofa does have a pop-up table behind it, so if you're having a large dinner, you can pop that up in front of the sofa and eat. Or if you're having a light meal, you can just use the small tables. These tables do come out, and then you just have a cup holder, or you can put them back in to relax. Just beside your slide here, you have your monitor panel for your 12 volt. This will tell you that your batteries are charging and what your battery level is at. Then coming into the bathroom, your switches for your light and your fan are just at the bottom right. Inside your bathroom is where your GFI is located. So if you lose power to any of your receptacles by water, like a sink or outside, this is where I would come, and there'll probably be a red light. Then you can just reset your GFI. Then you have your shower with the skylight right above it for extra headroom. A nice toilet. And I think that's it for this unit. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to give us a call. Thanks for watching.